this is work that we started more than 13 years ago. Started with this before Mark introduced us to the ASD techniques or method, but still trying to find an alternative for fumigation should we lose the products. But initially this work was initiated that we did a survey of our nursery trees, and we noted that they have quite a number of ARD pathogens on them, specifically Pratelenke species at very high numbers. And I think Sheila Story also did surveys showing that nursery trees can contain high numbers of lesion nematodes. And knowing this, that our nursery materials aren't always clean, we said, what can we do to try and reduce this risk? Because you've paid a lot to fumigate. Is there something else that we can try and do to manage this? So the first trials with, I'm first going to start with just semi-selectives, what these are. So apple replant disease, as Mark already mentioned, is caused by a very complex group of organisms, which we call the all-mycetes or water molds, nematodes and fungi. So it's a very diverse group of organisms that you're trying to control, and these are not all the same on all the different sites, which makes it difficult. But knowing that this is more or less the complex of organisms that is causing ARD, we said, okay, what chemicals can we use, what actives may work against them? So we said for the water molds, we know that metalaxyl or mefenoxam, that's the same active, just different enantiomers, and phosphonates can be used. And then for the nematodes, phenamiphos will be a good chemical to use. And unfortunately for the fungi, there wasn't a chemical that we thought would be systemic enough and movable in the soil. So this was the first trials in 2013, where we only applied the chemicals to orchard trials. So as I said in the beginning, the theory was that this would be something that we can use to manage the ARD inoculum on the nursery trees. It's very difficult trying to do an orchard trial where you know you will have contaminated trees with these pathogens. So our approach was just to take 2 orchard soils that we know had ARD and just establish the trial in a normal orchard that was replanted. And we was quite surprised that we saw, if we applied these semi-selectives just to trees on a replanted soil, that they actually were able to increase the trunk diameter to a similar level than the fumigation. And then what we did see, however, when we got to the yield of these trials, that with the orchard soil we had a high ARD severity. We did get a significant improvement in yield, only applying the semi-selectives, but it wasn't as effective as the fumigation. And then in a soil with a lower ARD severity, the yield wasn't significantly higher than the untreated. So knowing that we did see some effect of semi-selectives, and not surprisingly that it's not working equally well in all different sites, because that's our biggest challenge with apple replant, is finding that treatment that will be reliable across different orchard sites. So we then said, well, maybe if we're looking for a solution or an alternative to fumigation, what would happen if we combine the semi-selectives with compost and mulch applications? So if you look in literature, if you only use compost and mulch, the efficacy across various sites is very variable. You're not guaranteed whether it will work. Sometimes it works, other times it doesn't work. And that was from also in South Africa work that was done several years ago by Louise van Schoor. So the next set of trials that we started then was combining the semi-selective with compost and mulch to see if we can more consistently improve the efficacy of using compost and mulch as a management strategy. So the semi-selective chemicals that we used in these trials were again those against the water molds, and then because we knew Phenomephos was is unfortunately one of those that will also go off the market, we replaced this with fluopirim. So fluopirim, there's some indications that it can have activity against lesion nematodes, but we also know it can potentially control some of the fungi involved. So unfortunately, yeah, because the biggest challenge, as I said, with replant is finding something that will work on all different sites. So I was very ambitious. We started 4 trials, and unfortunately, with 3 of the trials, we had no results. 2 were not ARD soils, because we know not all soils have ARD in South Africa, but unfortunately, we can never predict that beforehand. And with the one trial, there was too high variability in the trial to make conclusions. Fortunately, the 4th trial actually did yield useful results. And I'm only going to show you the yield. So you will see the treatments that we had here was the control, the normal fumigation, then just the semi-selective chemicals on its own, the fumigation combined with the semi-selectives, and then our organic treatment, which is the compost and the mulch combined with only all my seed chemicals. So you can see with this is also the first and the second harvest. So we got a 46% increase in yield with the fumigation, indicating that this was rather a strong replant soil. Adding the semi-selectives to the fumigation didn't improve our efficacy. And then also, unlike in the very first trials, if we just used the semi-selectives, it did not improve yield. So we know just using that on its own isn't always effective, but then we saw that if we combine the semi-selective with the organic amendment, which is your mulch and compost, we almost doubled our yield there. But of course, this is not only the effect, there's the effect of the semi-selectives and the organic, the compost that you're adding, so we can't measure really the nutrient effect. But yeah, unfortunately in this trial, hindsight is always the best side. And as Mark said, as a researcher, I admitted that my design of treatments was not that good, because we only had this organics with the semi-selectives. Now we didn't know, did the semi-selectives actually make a difference? Could we have just done the organic amendments? But at least we had one treatment that worked well and better than the fumigation, but that was likely due to a nutrient effect also of the compost. So then we started new trials in 2023, where we did 2 trials, and the treatments was the untreated control, your standard fumigation, Then just a compost with a mulch, which is basically important here, is that at planting we use what we refer to as planting whole compost. So that's a very fine compost and well matured that we mix in with the soil that you plant the tree into. And then 4 months post-plant we add a mulch, wood chip mulch, and then also approximately 15 months post-plant we apply compost and wood chip treatment. And then the rest of the treatments in the trial were basically your organic amendments. As I said, that was that compost in the planting hole plus the mulch. Then applying the semi-selective different versions of the nematicides and the oomycetes. So the oomycetes are those against the water molds, and the two products that we used there was Ridamol, and then also I have to apologize, this is I'm not advocating Phosgard. You can use any phosphonate, Fighter, Hygrophos, there are many of them, which we applied as a stem paint, starting 1 year post-plant, doing 2 applications with a total of 4 applications that we applied. Then with the first semi-selective treatment combined with the organic, we used Finamiphos because we thought let's just use that as a standard again, because we weren't sure whether the fluopirim that we are trying to use as an alternative to the Finamiphos would be as effective. And the product there is Velum that we used, and we tried 2 different dosages because this isn't currently registered. In South Africa, it is registered in Europe. And then the last treatment, we didn't apply any nematicides, so that meant we only applied the mefenoxam and the phosphonates to that treatment. So this is the results of those trials. So this is the increase in the trunk diameter in the first, second, and third growing season. So you can see the untreated control is down here. And basically in these trials there's a lot of variation. So we always place a emphasis on what is statistically significantly different. So here in this trial, based on trunk diameter, it was only the fumigated treatment that was significantly better than the untreated control, with most of the treatments lagging behind here as we moved into the third year of growth. But then if we look at the yield, so this is ton per hectare, and the green bars are the ones that were significantly better than the untreated control. So here is our gold standard, the fumigation, which didn't differ significantly, although there's a trend that the yield is lower. With the organic amendments, we added the Finamiphos and the oomycetes or sites, or our fluopirim there also worked. So we currently only have 1 year of yield for this trial. It's very important that we also get a second year of yield on this trial. So for the, and this is just the percentage increase that we got in our yield. So again, this was a rather orchard soil with a high ARD severity. So then just on the second orchard, again, here the increase in trunk diameter. So here you can, might not be able to see that clear, but this is the untreated control. The red one is the fumigation, which was keeping up, but now it's slowing down. And the main reason therefore is that this, most likely this soil is responding better to the compost and the mulch application. So these treatments now move moving up and increasing trunk is most likely due to a nutrient effect that we're also seeing there. However, if we look at so those were the 3 treatments, basically the organic amendment alone, and then with the added semi-selective chemicals there, that was significantly better than the control. If we look at the yield, so for this trial we had 2 years of yield. So here you can see the green bars again. In the first year of yield, it was the fumigation that was higher, and then our fluopirum treatment, and then also only the all-my-seed treatment. If we look at the second year of yield, all of them catched up, and there was no significant difference in yield. So unlike in the previous trial where our organic amendment alone was not effective, in this trial it was effective. But also noting that if you see the increase in yield here, that this was a soil with a lower ARD severity than the previous one. So it will be important to, this should have been on the previous slide, the second year of yield. So then just to conclude on all of this work, when you're using compost, mulch, organic amendments on its own, you cannot predict whether it's going to work against ARD, so it is a risk. And this is most likely a response of the soil type, both in suppressing the pathogen but also improving tree growth, because within these trials, we haven't had time like Mark to look at the mode of action, but this is most probably very complex because you do have a nutrient effect of your organic amendment, and potentially then the suppressive effect of the organic amendment along with the semi-selectives that we're applying. But again, only applying the organics is a risk, and for reasons that we don't know, but most likely those are some of the reasons. Soils differ in ARD severity, and also I think Tristan and Mark will in after tea talk about the effect of rootstock genotype that we don't understand that well. And then just adding semi-selective to organic amendments can sometimes improve your organic amendment or not, but it can help you to be more sure that your organic amendment will work. However, currently I'm not recommending this yet as a replacement of fumigation, because for the current 2 trials, we definitely need more yield data, maybe 2 more years of yield, just to make sure that we are getting a beneficial effect. And then again, that risk of that when you're trying to find a replacement for fumigation, you really need to check that it's going to work on all different sites, because as Carl also said, establishing a new orchard is a very expensive endeavor, so you want to be 100% sure that your apple replant treatment is actually going to work. And we just at this stage need to make double sure that it works on different sites, because this is such a complex disease. And then I would like to acknowledge Bakker Wessels. He was my advisor in the chemicals that we are applying and the dosages, and then the 3 MSc students working on the trials. And then of course through this more than a decade, all of the farms that were willing to provide us with trial sites, which I know is a sacrifice for growers, both in sacrificing some trees not growing well, but also in helping us giving labor for harvest, etc. Okay, thank you.